Look, it's all zeros. 0% financing, 0% down, 0% repairs and labor costs for 10 years. Experience the premier difference today. Financing is available with approved credit. Offer expires 9/30/2024. Premier Heating and Air is offering system checkups. Heat or AC, your choice, $49. Free estimate restrictions may apply, and this offer can't be combined with other offers. Experience the premier difference today. Log on to dublin.premierishere.com. Premier Heating and Air, a locally owned and operated company.
Welcome everybody. I've got with me Sheriff Larry Dean, and Sheriff, since last Thursday night, our lives have changed, haven't they?
Yes, it's drastically changed. Like I say, I think this is the first time since 1848 that we've had a major hurricane to actually hit Georgia. They came right up through here. And, you know, we always try to prepare, but, you know, we put out all these warnings to our citizens, and, you know, most of the time it's not as hectic as they think it is, but this time we was really hit.
Yeah. In the county, it's so differently, isn't it, around the county? Tell the people what you're seeing.
Well, first of all, I live on the west side of the county. We had some, you know, major tree damage down, but I think the east side of our county was hit the hardest, just like on Highway 19 and our southern counties that join us, and even Johnson County, Wheeler County, Toombs County, those areas around us were hit. I actually rode down there. You could give you an example. We got 1 out of 10 light poles down. When you go down to Wheeler County and Johnson County, they got 8 out of 10 light poles are down. And these are the main lines that's having to be put up. So there's people going to be out of power for several weeks. And I think right here in Lawrence County, Oconee EMC especially, is on our side of the west side of the county. It's basically got 85 or 90% of their people back online.
Yeah.
Now, people like little Omaha, that's the southern part of our county,
Right.
they're devastated, and they got big transmission lines to build back.
Yeah.
So we just got a problem. But you know, we was standing by here, the EMC Emergency Management Office. We had I had my staff on board. Lieutenant Paget and Lieutenant Daniel Lamp have been working these details now. So they was on top of their game. We already had we was able to maintain our full shifts. And we pulled in from our crime suppressing unit, our school resource officers, being the schools was out. We had extra manpower to send out to do all these security details, because we have to stand by at these posts. The National Guard has set up some pods at our different schools. We had to man those. I couldn't be prouder of the response that I've had from my command staff. Basically, all I've been is just an information giver. They have taken over. These guys have done this for years. Lance Paget and Daniel's done this for 10 years with emergency management.
Yeah.
So they were dispersing, you know, when they were sitting in there taking the calls. In other words, somebody called in and said, I got a tree down on my road. You have to log all this information in. And, you know, once the weather broke, we had the rural fire, and they responded in different teams. Even the DNR, they brought a strike team in to remove debris out of people's yards. The people wouldn't think it, but the Department of Natural Resources got all these game management areas. They got backhoes and track hose on. They was able to come into our county and actually help us cut the leaves out where we could get to people's houses and just get our roads cleared. And I think right now we would have 90% of all our roads cleared. So we just been fortunate. Yeah. The people of Lawrence County have pitched in, neighbor helping neighbor, friends helping friends. It's just been we have a great community. We've always had a good EMA response here in Lawrence County.
Well, and we got to realize, if you're watching, look, I've been without power since Thursday night. Where I live, we could probably got another week without power, but I've seen a lot of miracles happen. A lot of trees could have fell the other way. The people wouldn't have made it through. We did have a few deaths, but looking at the destruction on the east side, it wouldn't have surprised me if we'd had 100 people killed.
It's just amazing. God was looking after a lot of people.
That's an understatement, I know. But okay, walk us through your night Thursday night.
Well, actually, I hunkered down here, right here in my office. The 911 center we was using two locations this time. We got an EMA building right up the road here, and then we got our 911 center. So we actually end up kind of worked out of both places. So we end up locating after Thursday night. We located over here at this 911 center. I hunkered down right here in the office, and we had rural fire had five stations that they had people already standing by it to respond. But the devastation was so bad that nobody could really do anything that night. In other words, actually I had a couple of deputies that went out and likely got in trouble. In other words, they got blocked in and was calling for rural fire to come get them. And before we could get the trees cut down, there was dozens of trees already behind them. So it took them 4 hours to get back. So when it got daylight, we was able to regroup, and people started immediately pitching in from local people, just neighbors and everybody. We got deputies out with chainsaws. We got rural fire out with chainsaws, and went to clearing our major roads. We started with the major roads. I think at one time that morning we already had 180 calls of just where trees were on major highways and roads.
Yeah, Friday morning I was out at daylight, and 75% of our roads were blocked by trees and debris. So it was terrible. I went into the Forest Hill subdivision, filming, and like never got out. I couldn't because I know all them streets, but before I know it, I was locked in. Couldn't remember how I went in.
Right.
And road after road after, I don't care. And some roads blocked on one end and the other end, so the people were trapped in there.
Right.
But I've seen a miracle though. I've seen a miracle. And there is a lot of people on the ground, but there's also a lot of people I've witnessed just stopping for the lineman side of the road, give them some sandwiches, give them some water. It's just amazing. So what are you hearing from you got connections all over the state? I know you're getting calls.
Well, first of all, the Georgia Sheriff's Association reached out to me and said, Sheriff, what do you need? I said, well, first of all, I've got the manpower with being the school shut down. That gave me like 9 resource officers, and the courthouse shut down. So I had the courthouse personnel. So I had about 15 or 20 deputies. Then I could respond. I got a call from Sheriff Rigdon down there, needed some help down there, and I sent a couple deputies down there to him for evaluation, because I think that night he actually had a tornado come through there, and actually he had some fatalities that night. But the Georgia Sheriff's Association reached out to me, and I just told them to send them to my neighboring counties that we were in good shape up here compared to them. And I think their devastation was, I think it was 5 times what we had here in Lawrence County. Yeah. So actually Jones County reached out to me, and I told them to reach out to Wheeler County, to Sheriff Rigdon. Yeah. And I couldn't even make contact with Sheriff Corbin for 2 or 3 days. Yeah. They didn't even have any power. Now, I heard from Sheriff Rowland from Johnson County. He said we tow up over here, but he said I don't have anybody hurt that I know of right now. So that's the kind of. And then, like I say, we worked all the way through today, Saturday. Deputies, I couldn't be prouder of my men than I am. They just responded to the needs of the community. Yeah. Most of my deputies, all of my deputies, love Lawrence County. Yeah. And they've been over backwards just doing their job.
Yeah, I don't think you can train that love of community, love, and that's why they do it. They're in law enforcement. It ain't for the pay. They're not getting rich.
Right. But and everybody's got an obligation. Most they do it because they want to help people, and they want to serve the community. And me as sheriff sitting back and just trying to direct the people in the right areas. It just my command staff has done this job now for, most of them have been in it 20 years. Most everybody in my command staff has been here 20 years, and we've worked hand in hand with EMA, and we've always had a good volunteer people. Rural fire has always been astronomical in Lawrence County to help people, and that's all in it. And the city of Dublin. Now I've heard the city of Dublin is real bad, but I didn't even try to go over to their neighborhoods. I just was taking people's word for it, that how bad it was. I didn't even actually get to the city. I was trying to control the county, because I know Keith Moon and Chief Moon was handling his situation. That's but we're just trying to work with any of our partners, from EMS, to rural fire, city fire, anybody that's needed help, we're trying to respond to them.
Yeah, city of Dublin's bad, no doubt. Every road I tried to go down, trees are down, so and they're slowly making it. We've got over 1,000 men, linemen on the ground in Lawrence County, so they're working. So I know the stress levels are high, but please be patient. And with that said, I've heard a lot of criticism from people toward our emergency management, but I have watched Bill Laird work tirelessly. Can they get it all done? No, they're having to by step go through this. And Josh McCard with Fire Chief for Lawrence County, weigh in on that, because what I've seen is nothing but hard work and excellent customer service. What do you see as far as?
Bill Laird has been right here. My office is 10 yards to his office, and I've seen him. I don't know when the man slept.
Yeah.
I told him one day last week, I said, listen, Bill, you need to go home for at least 6 to 8 hours and get you some rest, because you got to be able to keep thinking. But Bill has been in this emergency management for years, and he's done an excellent job. Now, I will say we had Mr. Don Bryant. We have missed him. Don Bryant was emergency management for years here. But now Josh McCarty stepped up in his place of this rural fire. But I still want to give Mr. Don credit. When he was here, there were some things that we was having to, that he was taking care of, that we didn't realize that he was taking care of all this stuff. But Bill Laird has been on top of his game. We've had our county manager out here too. He's been sitting right here. I've seen him every time I walked into my office. Our county manager was still out here.
Yeah.
Right here coordinating, reaching out to get resources. But Mr. Bill Laird has really stepped up to the plate.
He has.
And I'm really proud of it. But I'm just really proud of the citizens of Lawrence County and everybody that's just neighbors after neighbors. Just my family itself, I had two different family members that had trees on their houses. Now, one of them was my daughter's, or one of them was in Telfair County. She's in Telfair County, and my daughter in Wheeler County. And my brother-in-law in Johnson County all had big pecan trees on the house. When people stepped up, neighbors come over, stepped up, got them off the houses. I had a big tree on my house, but it wasn't leaking any water in. And I had some people reach out to me and help me get those trees off of my house. And now I'm back. I got full power. But I'm just asking the people of Lawrence County to be patient. We're doing everything that can be done. There's over, like you said earlier, there's over 400 linemen. The governor just flew in today and met up here at Southern Pines with these people. They're from Alabama, Mississippi,
Missouri.
All these power people, they got the capability of getting us back up as fast as we can.
Yeah.
And when you got 41 counties that's been hit all at one time, that's what the governor said this morning. We got 41 counties that's been declared disaster. When you got that much, when we have a local tornado come through there, usually it's 10 or 15 miles long, and it's half a mile wide. But when you got 41 counties involved in it, you just got devastation.
You do. And they tell me the governor was talking about usually these state of emergencies and declaring this. There's usually about 8 or 10 counties involved, but for them to be over 40 counties, that tells you
how widespread this hurricane was.
Hi, I'm Tom Dominy. Here at Dublin Nelson, we pride ourselves on providing the industry's highest quality products at the most competitive pricing. We are a full-service wholesaler specializing in plumbing, irrigation, and industrial products. With a staff that collectively offers more than 50 years of expertise, our team knows your industry, and we can answer your questions and help you get the parts and equipment you need. From Moen to Renee, we carry the plumbing, irrigation, and industrial products you need from the brands you trust. We also carry a great lineup of Milwaukee tools. At Dublin Nelson, our goal is the long-term success of your business. We achieve that goal with a simple commitment, doing things right, one customer at a time. If you have a question, or if you're looking for a hard-to-find part, give us a call. Our experts are ready to help. Order online, give us a call, or come by at 507 Airport Road in Dublin. We're committed to building long-term relationships with our customers by earning your business every day.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
Good news out of the governor today is he signed into law. It takes effect at midnight tonight. He's suspending all the gas tax, which is going to reduce gas about 30 cents a gallon. That's going to really help the citizens of Georgia.
And the first questions that I was asked to start with was people were calling me, have you got gas? Well, you know, at one time we still had gas up here, but we didn't have the electricity for people to get it. And you could go to the gas station, it would be everybody was calling from our surrounding neighborhood and counties saying, have y'all got gas? Have y'all got gas? Have y'all got propane to run our generators? So that's the kind of response. But eventually, you know, let's see, days, Thursday?
Yeah.
Let's see, we've been in this thing about 4 or 5 days now.
Yeah.
So it's getting back to a norm for the devastation it's been. It's getting pretty normal now.
Yeah, today's the 7th day we're
Seventh
looking
day.
at. So, okay, you're working hand in hand with the National Guard. What's going on there?
Well, we got at Southwest Lawrence, we got a pod set up where they're passing out water and MREs. That's, if you don't know what MREs is, that's the food that your military people get if you're getting hungry. And we have one at Southwest East Lawrence Middle School, and those pods are set up over there to hand out water and MREs.
And ice, I think.
And ice, right,
You get
right.
2 bags of ice.
We also have Tractor Supply donated us a tractor trailer load of water, so we went ahead and just set up out here where we could come by. People just could come by here and get a case of water, a bottle of water from us here at the sheriff's office, because they was nice enough to donate that to us. So we tried to, you know, that'll take some burden off of the different pods that are set up throughout the county.
And the churches have been unbelievable. Definitely showing the love of Christ. You know, I know Holy Smokes worked with one of the car dealers, Dublin Ford, yesterday, give out over 1,000 meals of barbecue. Just an amazing feat. Today I saw one of the churches, Green Grove or somebody, doing hamburger plates. That's just anybody that's hungry.
Mm-hmm. I think one of our county commissioners, Kevin Tanner, cooked over here in East Dublin and might have been responsible for, they cooked in Cedar Grove for the people on the east side and the southern part of our county. They've hit a lot harder. They don't have access unless they want to go back to cooking on a pot outside. That's all they got. They don't have any electricity.
Yeah.
But we've had several, like I say, this community is always been strong to come to the people's rescue when there was a tragedy out there.
Yeah, and I know I filled up my propane, filled up my cars before it hit, not even expecting this, but I figured we'd be without power for a little while. Hurricane Michael hit 7 years. It did some damage. We were without power 5 days at my house, but this is just on a whole new level.
Right. And I think when you have your transmission lines are down, it's a totally different group of people that have to come in to put those lines up. And I think that's in our surrounding counties. That's what we got, some major transmission lines down, and that's a different group of guys that have to come in to rebuild those.
How many deaths did we have in Lawrence County?
You know, I'm not sure. I know of that we had a truck driver that had delivered a generator to a prison.
Mm-hmm.
His wife, he got caught by a tree, and then a tree struck and killed his wife. And then we had a local citizen here that I know that was strictly a death straight from a tree.
His funeral's today.
Right.
And then we had a local businessman out on Hillbridge Road, I understand.
Right.
So that's 3. Had 2 over in Wheeler County that I'm aware of.
Right.
So, but looking at the devastation, I told Matt Hatchett this morning, if we'd had 100 people killed, it would not have surprised me.
I'm like you, Mr. James. It's like God had His hand in it. You know, you never know what's happening, but just when you ride around and look at the devastation, you just wonder how did so many people survive and we didn't get hurt no worse than that.
I covered. I was doing storm damage, and I heard about the deal, and I went over in East Dublin on 319, and the man and his family were in their home, and 2 trees fell on their house. One fell on one end. They were in the middle of the house. The daughter's asleep in her room, and that tree come through, and she has big head posts on each corner of her bed, and that tree landed on that bedpost and stopped that, and it was about that far from where she was laying. The bedposts held this, must have been 6,000-pound tree that come through. That's a miracle.
Right.
That's truly a miracle
Right.
from
And
God.
we had we had an officer that lost his home. Tree fell on it, crushed his car and everything right here in town. You know, he's blessed because no physical harm to him, but he's lost his vehicle. He lost his personal vehicle, and we had damage to the county car too.
Yeah.
But you know, in a situation like that, that's just to be expected. So
Yeah.
you know,
What
as long
really
as you got
counted,
physical, just material things can be replaced.
that's right. What really counted made it out.
Right.
And as long as your families got out. So, go ahead.
We got a receiving place at the Civitan Fairgrounds of the state resources and people that want to donate stuff. The Civitan Fairgrounds has been good enough to donate their facility for that. Like I say, we have Travis Young and Bill Bars is assisting people in getting water to the cattle. You know, most people, a lot of cattle farms have got ponds, but then a lot of times there's cattle people out there that just depend on a well to get the water to the animal. You know, with all that water to start with, you're good for about 2 or 3 days, but you'd be surprised how quick that water goes away in a pasture. And this livestock has to be watered. And if people with horses are, we actually have a lady here at our office that we had to carry her some water down there to water her livestock. That's about it that I can think. Like I say, I'm just so proud of the citizens of Lawrence County bonding together, the churches and the love that's been showed in this community. And I couldn't be prouder of the staff of the Lawrence County Sheriff Department. People tell me I'm doing a good job. I said, no, the people that work for me are doing the good job. I'm just proud to be a part of that group and like continue that legacy.
Yeah, you're in good hands. You're riding on the shoulders of a lot of people, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
Well, it's finally my time of year again. It's hunting season at Roach Farm and Garden. Don't let your deer go hungry. Roach Farm and Garden has your plot covered. We got oats, buck forage, soybeans only $20 a bag, wildlife blends, 3-way, 5-way, 6-way, and 7-way, Australian winter peas, wheat, and all the clovers, crimson, Uchi, and Landino, radishes, and more. Need something to spread seed or fertilizer? Roach Farm and Garden just got a new shipment of 3-point spreaders. Need a place to sit? Roach Farm and Garden has Millennium stands and chairs, plus blinds and the best tower stands available. Don't run out of feed. Roach Farm and Garden carries feed for just about everything and a full line of pet and livestock supplies. Trophy rocks, salt blocks, attractants, antler extreme, Godfrey FRM deer feed. We even got the feeders to put it in. Moultrie and Boss Book. Need a go hunting pass? Roach Farm and Garden can get you permission. We have plants, trees, shrubs, hanging baskets, and a big shipment of mums, plus a showroom full of goodies. Don't let your feet get wet and cold. Pick up a new pair of boots at Roach Farm and Garden. We carry Rocky, Georgia, and Ariat, plus a full line of Carhartt clothes. Want to change your luck and put a buck in your truck? Voodoo is at the register. Pick you up a bottle. It just makes sense. So get on in here and let Roach Farm and Garden help you with your hunting season. 2 locations, Dublin and Wrightsville.
Count on the winning team at Farmers State Bank for a complete lineup of banking services to simplify your life. Safe and convenient banking on the go. Choose a debit or credit card for your personal and business account. And count on secure service that guard and protect your spending. At Farmers State Bank, your success is our success. And the team at Farmers State Bank is committed to serving you. Farmers State Bank, Lawrence County's leader in hometown banking. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
So, stress levels high. In closing, what would you say to the citizens of Lawrence County until we get out of this?
Be patient. Just take that extra step. Just try to put yourself. You think about it now. Your normal life of electricity, get up and go take a shower or whatever. After you go 2 or 3 days without a shower, even the husband and wife and grouped up in the house there, you can't go do your thing and they can't do their thing. Just have that extra patience and just take time to thank God that you're alive. If you lost things materially, they can be replaced, and just consider how fortunate you are. Just look at your blessings is what it boils down to.
Yeah, amen. Okay, I think we hit on everything, and if you need anything, anything at all, you can call the sheriff department, you can call the TV station, and we may not can be the ones. I got a team. We'll go cut trees. We'll do what we got to do, but we know where the resources are.
Right.
You can, the sheriff department, TV station, we can direct you to those resources.
And and on our Facebook page, there's a Facebook page of the EMA that's giving all the directions. Now we're copying some of their stuff, but we're letting all the information that's going out. We're letting it come out from the EMA director's office, and then we'll post behind those. But all your information about the emergency management is on their page on Facebook, and then sometimes we post off of that. Okay. But we're letting all the information come from there.
Good. You got to. That's how the organization should run.
Right.
Did you ever think that when you become sheriff, you was going to be directing traffic like this?
No, sir. The office of the sheriff has been the most exciting job that I've ever been involved in. Like I said, when I was with the Department of Natural Resources as a game warden or ranger, I went to different disasters. I went to the flood of '94, and you sit there and watch it on TV, till you actually go through those scenes. I've been watching floods all over the United States on TV, but the flood of '94 brought me down to reality. Yeah. When you go and actually see the devastation that happens, and we've got this in our county, and like I say, but we're still Lawrence County. We're blessed. Yeah. We're blessed compared to our sister counties and all around us. I'm just thank God that He spared what He did for our area.
Yeah, amen. Okay, just remember, if you need any help, any resources, you can go to Southwest Lawrence. You can go to East Lawrence today, and the National Guard's there passing out water. Food rationing.
And I think they got canvases too. If you need tarps to cover up stuff to protect your property.
Good. I wasn't aware of that. Canvases, that's in short supply if you try to go to Home Depot or somewhere to try to get them. So call us at the station, call the sheriff department, monitor them on Facebook like the sheriff said, emergency management. So there's people to help. It may take a little while to get to you. Just like my road, there's a power line down, and I was expecting a package from UPS I had to have yesterday, and I'm waiting, and I knew he couldn't get down the road, and all of a sudden I pulled out to the mailbox. He's walking down the road.
To deliver your
package?
He was
going to walk a half a mile to my house to deliver this package because he knew, well, he comes all the time, but he knew that package was important. So that shows you the kind of I told him, I thanked him over and over, but that's the kind of people that are going above and beyond the job they usually do. And listen, y'all, at the restaurants, man, I've heard some terrible things from Walmart and Kroger and our restaurants, the way they're being treated. Look, be patient. I went to a restaurant to get food day before yesterday, and the woman said, "Please forgive me, sir. We only got 2 people here."
Right.
They had people backed up everywhere, and I wasn't mad at all. But treat them with kindness. Give them a little grace. We always want grace. We got to give grace. Right. So
one other thing I've thought about since we've been sitting here, y'all, there's people out there that may not have any kind of communication. So if you've got a neighbor or you've got a friend or somebody, of an elderly person that could possibly be trapped in their home that they can't get out. Think about that and let us know. If you can't get to their house because the driveway stopped up, call the Lawrence County Sheriff Department, call 911 and tell us this information, and we'll pass this on, because we can get a crew of people to get out there. If we don't do them, go out there and cut our way into the house and just check on their welfare. Yep. So just think about this now, because like I say, we've heard a few instances where some people was 90 years old and they hadn't had any water in 2 days. So those situations are happening. But if we can't help you if we don't know about it.
Yeah.
And you know, be a good neighbor. This is the time to reach out and be a nosy neighbor. Find out if people need the help.
Yeah, that's so true. I had a family member trapped in their house, couldn't get in or out, driveway. They must have been 40 trees down. And we just Sunday morning, we started about daylight, and we cut. It took us 6 hours to cut into that house.
Just to get to the house.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
6 hours of cutting trees, moving trees. So we got in. Now they can get in and out. And more importantly, the power company can get in when they get there. So
Yeah, right.
And y'all got to realize the power company can't do their job until the trees are removed. So that's one of the biggest obstacles we see. And you know, we were talking about Vidalia, Highway 29. There were hundreds of trees down through Truitland County into Toombs County. And power crews, the governor was here this morning, you mentioned, but they left this morning from Southern Pines, a big crew, many trucks going to Johnson County, going to Toombs County. So they're working, y'all. They're working as hard as they know how, sun up to sundown. So just bear with them. Matter of fact, last night I come to town and there were crews, had lights on them. They were working past dark. So these guys and girls, as I saw this morning, they want to get you back on. So just be patient, be kind. Stop and say a kind word. Tell them we thank them, because we do. I've told so many that over the last 5 or 6 days. So we about covered everything. Can you think of anything before we close?
I believe that's about it. Got it in. But if you do have an emergency, I mean, you have an emergency in your call, don't hesitate to dial 911, because the things are getting back to a little bit to normal now. That's the sheriff department here. We still have a full-time, all our patrol units are fully staffed, and like I said, we have extra people to do the extra security details. So if you need us at 911, give us a call.
I don't want to gloss over it. You said it a while ago, but I want to say it one more time before we close. Brian Rogers, our county administrator, I know he catches heat on things year round, but I have seen him in action this week. I saw him yesterday, and I just shaved last night with cold water. I had a beard that was 6 days old, 7 days old, and I knew I was going to see the governor this morning. I said, well, I better shave so he don't
cleaned up
think
a little bit.
I'm this hoodlum come in there and they tackle me. But anyway, I saw Brian yesterday. Matter of fact, he's on our station, but he hadn't shaved in quite a few days. So that's what you're running into. You know, forgive me and we'll forgive each other. But Brian Rogers has really got in here. He's been with emergency management. He's been with you, finding out what do we need. So you mentioned Josh Powell, Joshua Kite, Brian Rogers. These people are
Bill Laird, like I said.
Bill Laird, Josh McCard. These people are literally working around the clock. And when I come in, first thing I noticed, and I know you didn't say it, but you got a cot and a pillow over here. So that tells me what you've been doing.
Yeah, we had emergency generators here, and like I say, I've hunkered down here till I went home yesterday. I got full power back. So
I hope you brought your wife Thursday night.
Yeah, I brought my wife down here. I made her stay right here with me. I said, this is about as secure a building as that. We actually got a vault up there. I said, if it gets any worse, we're going to go up there and crawl in the vault. But there was a time or two, I know about 3 o'clock in the morning when we was in the heat of the storm, I cracked open the door, and it was just like a rolling train out there. So it'll make you think that there is somebody greater in charge of this old world. Yeah. So just have the faith that the Lord will take care of us.
Amen. Praise God. So thank you, brother. Thank you, Sheriff. And last thing, call us. Check on that neighbor. You're not being a nosy neighbor now, but if you need help, call the TV station, call the sheriff department. We'll at least get the right people to you. So thank you for joining us today.